Hi, friends. Now we're going to read Dory Phantasmagory, A True Friend, Chapter 6. This book is just getting more and more exciting, if you ask me. So, Chapter 6 is called In the Woods, and the first picture shows Dory with her dad. She says, "Why does W start with a D? Do crickets like morning? Do grown-ups have no future?" Chapter 6 In the Woods. It's Saturday morning and I just want to stay home in my nightgown, but my dad drags us to the park. As soon as we get there, I hang on my dad and whine, "Can we go home now?" "No," he says, "go play." Instead, I ask him questions, any question I can think of. "Can you just go on the swings?" asks my dad. I wait for the swings and wait and wait. Every time I'm about to get a swing, a big kid races up and gets it before me. Ugh, big kids. I guess I'll do dig in the sandbox. But right after I dig to the bottom, I hit wood. I guess there's nowhere left to go, I grumble. Next, I try to go down the slide, but this giant toddler with a gross runny nose keeps running up the slide. "Can you move, please?" I ask a million times. "Move, or you're going to get hit when I go down." After a couple of times crashing into him face to face, I worry that I could catch his runny nose. Yuck. "Forget this slide," I say. Luke is running around chasing pigeons with a stick, and Violet is with her friends. Violet always has friends at the park. "Now can we go home?" I ask my dad, but he is reading a book and not listening to me. That's when I see a chicken over there, by that tree. I crawl to the other side of the bench to get a better look. "Hey, Dad, I'm going to go play right near those trees over there," I say. "Okay," he says. "Don't go too far." I'm really good at pretending I'm far away when I'm not. "Mr. Nuggy, are you okay?" I say, picking up the chicken and kissing him. "He's so cute as a chicken." "Balk," he says. "How did you get free?" I ask. But it's true. All he does is balk. "How do I turn you back into my fairy godmother?" I ask. "Bok, bok," he answers. "Right. You need the magic wand. Where is it?" He points deep into the woods. "Okay," I say. "Let's go find it." We walk through the woods for hours. Along the way, many animals stop to greet us. Looks like a bear, a deer, and a fox. Then I see a mysterious girl coming toward me through the woods. She is wearing a long fancy dress with a tall pointy hat with ribbons hanging down. As she gets closer, I see that she is carrying a wooden sword and eating an apple. It's Rosabelle. When she sees me, she smiles for a second, and then she starts screaming, "Help! Help! This apple is poisonous! I'm slowly dying!" And then she falls to the ground. I'm dying," she says, and makes lots of creepy dying sounds. "Oh, Who gave you the apple?" I ask. "A very old woman," she says in a weak voice I can barely hear. Her eyes are closed. "What did she look like?" I ask. "She had a black bun, a big collar, and evil eyebrows. She had teeth as sharp as scissors, a nose as long as a broomstick, a cape as dark as midnight." I try to imagine who this could be. And then I realize, stupid me, you mean Mrs. Gobblecracker? "Yes, her," Rosabelle says. "I was on my way to my cottage in the woods, and my dragon was so tired he fell asleep under a tree. And I was all alone, and suddenly I was caught in this big, horrible net. Mrs. Gobblecracker's trap." "Of course," I say, remembering that Mrs. Gobblecracker wanted a princess. She captured you. That explains why she freed Mr. Nuggy. Anyway, says Rosabelle, she seemed a little nice at first, because she offered me this apple. It looked so red and juicy, but as soon as I took a tiny bite, I started to feel my ears getting hot, my toes getting itchy, and my heart was sweating. And I knew right away that I was dying. Wow, Mrs. Gobblecracker is deadlier than I thought, I say. How do you make a poison apple spell? That's when Mr. Nuggy starts balking his head off, flapping his wings, and getting all big and puffy. He is trying to tell me something. He balks so hard he actually throws up. Poor guy. Bark, 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 bark. Bleh. And then I suddenly figure out what he is trying to tell me. Because she stole your magic wand! That's how! I yell. Bark, bark, bark! He says, jumping back onto his feet. How did she get your wand? I ask. Bark, bark! He says. Because you're a chicken and you have no hands or a cool belt holder anymore? Bark, he says. Aw, it's okay. I'll get it back, I say, petting him. Come on, we've got to go, I tell Rosabelle. I can reverse the spell, but I'll need the magic wand, and the only way to get it is to battle Mrs. Gobblecracker for it. We've got to find her cave. In her weak voice, Rosabelle says, We don't have a lot of time. I know you're dying, but can you get up? I say. Can you come with me? Can you walk a little? Just a little, she says, barely able to breathe. And that's when we discover Mrs. Gobblecracker's footprints. Dun dun dun. All right, this is our last chapter. Chapter 7 is Launched into Battle. We will read that together next time. Good to read with you.